Have you ever wondered why your legs feel heavier, even though you eat right, stay active, and follow all the rules? Why each step seems more like a climb? Why getting out of a chair now feels like pushing a boulder? Is it just aging, or could something else be draining your strength quietly and consistently? Here's a twist that might shock you. It's not about what you aren't doing. In fact, it's likely something you're doing daily, with full confidence. The vast majority of seniors make a subtle but damaging mistake, believing they're making the right choice. Why wouldn't they? They've been told all their lives that fruit is healthy, wholesome, and natural. And yes, most fruit is, but not all of it. Here's a truth rarely spoken. Some fruits, yes, the very same ones stacked in your fridge or fruit bowl, can slowly erode your mobility, cause chronic knee pain, worsen inflammation, and make even simple walks feel like marathons. These fruits, although marketed as nutritious, can actually compromise your balance, circulation, and leg strength over time. As we grow older, our bodies evolve. Circulation declines, metabolism decelerates, and foods that once helped us can now turn into silent saboteurs. Some fruits are particularly guilty, sweet on the outside but acidic, sugar-laden, and joint-straining beneath the surface. And the scariest part? The damage is subtle. It creeps in. No red flags, no alarms. Until one day, a burning sensation in your calves, a dull ache in your thighs, or that strange tightness behind your knees becomes your new normal. Today, we're exposing the 7 most misleading fruits. Seniors over 60 should think twice about if they wish to protect their legs from weakening, pain, and long-term dysfunction. These fruits might look innocent, but they carry a cost. Once you know the truth, you may never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So stay with me till the end if strong, stable, pain-free legs matter to you. This might just be the wake-up call your body's been quietly waiting for. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you're serious about your health. This channel is your go-to for truth-telling content that cuts through the noise. And I want to know if you're with me, if you're watching right now and this resonates with you. Type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 point. Let's start with the first fruit, celebrated for reducing inflammation, but for seniors, it might be doing just the opposite. 1. Pineapple, the acidic trickster. Tropical, juicy, and often praised for its enzyme bromelain, pineapple has a reputation for being a natural anti-inflammatory. But here's what most don't realize. Pineapple is also loaded with natural acids and sugars. These elements might be harmless in youth, but for someone over 60, not so much. As we age, our blood vessels become more sensitive. They no longer handle sugar spikes the way they once did. Pineapple, for all its brightness, hits the bloodstream hard. That surge in blood sugar can damage the tiny vessels feeding your legs, feet, and muscles. Over time, poor circulation means reduced oxygen, and that equals pain, fatigue, and swelling after even light activity. That stiffness in your knees after sitting, or the soreness in your ankles after standing. Pineapple might be playing a part, and its acidity only adds fuel to the fire, especially for those with arthritis or joint inflammation. Some seniors even report a sense of heaviness in their legs after eating pineapple, like strength is slipping away. There's more. Bromelain, the enzyme pineapple is famous for, can interfere with certain medications, especially blood thinners. The danger? These interactions are rarely obvious. There are no fireworks. The effects seep in slowly, robbing you of mobility bit by bit. You don't have to swear off pineapple forever. But if you're dealing with unexplained leg pain or inflammation, it's time to question what you're putting on your plate. 2. Bananas, the potassium paradox. Soft, sweet, and potassium-rich, bananas are often hailed as a go-to for muscle support. They're supposed to give energy, prevent cramps, and help recovery. But here's the hidden truth, especially for older adults. Bananas are packed with fast-digesting carbohydrates and natural sugars. For seniors, that means a sudden spike in blood sugar, followed by insulin resistance. What comes next? Increased inflammation, reduced circulation, and legs that feel like they're moving through molasses. You may notice dull soreness when walking or a dragging sensation in your thighs after a meal. Bananas can also lead to fluid retention, especially dangerous if you have heart conditions. This means more stiffness, more swelling, and less joint flexibility. The betrayal? You eat them thinking they'll help, but they may actually be stealing your strength over time. 3. Grapes, the sweet saboteurs. Tiny, snackable, and often deemed heart-healthy, grapes have a clean image. But don't let their size fool you. They pack a punch when it comes to fructose, a sugar that's especially tough on aging bodies. Fructose is metabolized by the liver. If the liver gets overloaded, it converts excess fructose into uric acid and fat. Uric acid loves to settle in the joints, especially in your toes, knees, and ankles, causing sharp pain, swelling, and stiffness. Ever felt a burning ache in your big toe at night? Or stiffness that seems to creep up for no reason? Grapes might be the hidden trigger. They also ramp up systemic inflammation, slowing your stride and making your legs feel tight. Plus, grapes are easy to overeat. A couple turn into a couple dozen quickly, and that's when trouble starts. For some seniors, grapes might be a sweet treat with a bitter consequence. 4. Watermelon, the deceptive hydrator. Watermelon is 90% water, so how can it possibly be a problem? Here's how. Despite its watery texture, watermelon has a sky-high glycemic index. That means it sends your blood sugar soaring almost immediately. For seniors, repeated sugar spikes can lead to erratic insulin levels, especially with slower metabolism. The result? Inflammation where circulation is weakest. Yes, the legs. Think persistent swelling around the ankles, dull calf pain after walking, or tightness that sets in out of nowhere. And because watermelon is so refreshing, it's easy to eat slice after slice. What seems like hydration may actually be causing more inflammation and discomfort. It's a sugary trap that hides behind a juicy smile. 5. Oranges, the acidic offender oranges, the breakfast classic. Vitamin C, immunity, health, right? Not necessarily. What many overlook is the high acid content in oranges. That acid doesn't just tingle your taste buds, it can seep into your joints and aggravate existing inflammation. If you've got arthritis, stiffness, or chronic joint pain, daily orange juice might be silently worsening the issue. On top of that, oranges contain natural sugars that disrupt blood sugar balance, leading to more systemic inflammation. If your knees ache more after breakfast or your hips feel tight later in the day, that daily glass of orange juice might not be the innocent habit you think it is. 6. Green apples, the tart trigger. Crisp, clean, and less sweet than their red counterparts, green apples are usually seen as the healthier choice. But for older adults, they come with 2 hidden dangers: malic acid and sneaky sugars. Malic acid gives green apples their tart taste, but it can irritate aging digestion and inflame sensitive joints. Seniors often report soreness in the hips, thighs, or knees after consuming green apples regularly. And while they taste less sweet, they still contain enough natural sugar to spike blood glucose in slower metabolisms. That can mean nighttime cramps, morning stiffness, and fatigue during simple tasks like stair climbing. The worst part? They seem so pure, so healthy that you never suspect them. But their impact on your joints and circulation is very real. 7. Mango, the sugar bomb. Juicy, sweet, and beloved by almost everyone, mango might be the most dangerous of the bunch for aging joints. Why? It's loaded with sugar, more than most people realize. 1 cup of mango can spike your blood sugar to levels that ignite inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation doesn't just hover, it targets weak points, your joints, your nerves, your circulation, that burning in your toes, that swelling in your feet at night, that creeping fatigue in your calves. Mango could be behind it. Because it tastes light and summery, people often eat it in large amounts. But for aging bodies, that's where the trouble starts. The sugar is real, and so are its effects. Now that we've uncovered the 7 fruits that may be undermining your strength, here's the hopeful part. There are fruits that do the opposite. They strengthen your legs, soothe your joints, and help restore your energy. The good guys, what to eat instead. Start with berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. They're low in sugar, rich in antioxidants, and powerful inflammation fighters. They support blood flow and ease stiffness, especially in the legs. Cherries, especially tart ones, are fantastic in moderation. They help reduce uric acid, preventing gout and soothing sore joints. Then there's the avocado. Yes, it's a fruit. It's full of healthy fats that cushion joints and reduce inflammation. It also helps regulate insulin, keeping energy steady. Papaya is another gentle option. With enzymes that aid digestion and fight inflammation, it's easy on aging stomachs and joints alike. And don't forget pears. Paired with a little protein or healthy fat, they offer a subtle sweetness without the blood sugar spike. These fruits work with your body, not against it. They help restore strength, reduce discomfort, and support smoother, more confident movement. Final thoughts. Your next step. If you've read this far, it tells me something important. You care. You want to keep your independence. You want strength, clarity, and freedom of movement. And you can have that. You're not too late. Getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means getting smarter. Knowing which fruits to avoid and which to embrace can change everything. It's not about fear. It's about empowerment. You don't need to make massive changes overnight. Start with your next bite. Swap one fruit. Choose mindfully, and you'll feel the difference. Lighter steps, easier mornings, less swelling, and more strength. Now I want to hear from you. What did you learn today? What small change are you ready to make? Drop it in the comments below. We grow stronger when we grow together. If this video helped you, or even opened your eyes just a little, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next vital truth about your health. And tap the bell icon before you go. Type 1 in the comments if this video resonated with you. Type 0 if not. Either way, your voice matters. Stay strong, stay informed, and remember, your legs carry your freedom. Treat them with care.